Hi there, I'm Vicki McCarthy from Aussie Stampers. I'm an artist and paper crafter, and I have a super quick, super fast project for you today for these gift card holders. Now, I need to make a lot of gift card holders this year, so I wanted something that I could put together really quickly and that I could duplicate really quickly as well. So this is how they work. There's a belly band on the outside. You slide that off, open up, there's room for your message here. And the gift card plus the instructions for activating it and all the rest are tucked in here. So rather than just pop the gift card in, I actually like to give these instructions as well for whoever's receiving it. So that fits nicely in there. If it's a bit snug, you can just cut a little bit of the base off, which is what I've done here. But it generally will fit anything that you can pick up that has this shape on it as a gift card. And that's how it works. So I've used two different papers for this design. I have used the paper that has the mittens on it, and I've used the paper that has the baubles on it. So I'll show you those papers on the back here. And they are from the Be Merry Designer Series paper, 12 by 12 set, which is item number 144111. And it's on page 188 of the catalogue. And it's right at the bottom section here. So that should be Merry Designer Series paper that I've used. I've also used the stamp set called Merry Little Labels, and I've used this stamp here. We've already used these in one of the previous classes I've done to make stacks and stacks of gift tags for Christmas, and they were really fast to put together as well. So I'll show you those projects in another video. But for now, I'm going to show you the elements that you'll need to put your gift cards together. I'm using cherry cobbler ink, whisper white cardstock, and I've already stamped and cut out this piece here, this element here. I'll just leave these over here, using the stitched framelets. Now, if you haven't seen these, they are fabulous, and I'm using them on so many projects. I've used the largest of the ovals, so the stitched shapes framelets come in ovals, squares and circles, so they're all nesting. They look wonderful, and that I'll just show you a close-up of that stitched edge. Isn't that beautiful? It just finishes it off in a really professional way. I love them. I think they're fast and super easy and give a great result. The stitched framelets are item number 145372. Now, the cardstock I've used is Pear Pizzazz and Garden Green. I'll just grab that piece over here. And the measurements for those for the cardstock, the base is 8 3/8 of an inch by 5 3/4 inches, and I've scored at 1 3/4 inches and at 5 3/4 inches. And all the measurements for this will be on my blog. This is the Garden Green strip that I've used. This is a 3/4 inch strip, and it's the same width, so it's 5 3/4 inches, same as the card base. I've already pre-scored these just to save some time, but if you haven't already done so and you're following along with me, just use your bone folder here. And I've put some tape on this section. So if you close it up like this, you can see there's a big flap and a small flap. So we want the small flap to be the top because the gift card's going to sit into here. So to make this easy, I'm just using tape and peel the back off that. And then to put this on so that it's nice and straight, one of the tips you can use is to just flip it over, because then it's easier to see that you've lined it up properly. So just line it on so that there's the same amount of garden green showing through. If you try and do it from the front, you're likely to get a crooked finish. But that's pretty fast and pretty simple. The other thing I'm using is the tear and tape. So this is much stronger than a regular tape, and it's great for 3D elements or heavy elements. And I'm just going to tear that into the bottom section here. As you can see, it's super fast to get this done. Give it a good burnish with your hands there so that it will stick on. Peel it off. And this will form the basis for your gift card holder. Pretty simple and pretty fast. So there you've got your pocket. Now all that's left to do is to create this belly band here, which is this part here. So on this particular one, if I just turn it over here, I've put the seam on the back, and I've put it here because that's the least obvious place. So it's on the back at the bottom of the gift card holder, and I'll show you how to do that. So I've cut my strip of designer series paper, and this is 4 inches wide, and it's a 12-inch piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over so that I'm measuring from the bottom, and just hold it with my hands, and I'm going to use my hands to score it rather than the bone folder. And the reason is I want this to look a little bit puffy and three-dimensional for the person who gets it. I don't want it to look flat like a card. I want them to see that there's actually something fun inside of it. Now I'm folding this down, and as you can see, that's a fairly untidy seam there. All you do is simply flip it so that this seam is now on the base. So I'll do that again for you just in case you missed it. I'm going to take the bottom, flip it over, start folding here, keep folding all the way around, and then when I get to here where there's this messy looking seam, which we don't want at all, I'm going to flip it, and then that becomes the base. And then our tape, or you could use Tombow Multi, is going to go on this piece here. I'm going to use tape because it's quick and easy, and I want to get a lot of these done in a short period of time. So pop that on there and peel that off and line it up so it's squared off. There's your belly band done. So that's going to be fairly loose. You don't want it too tight, otherwise once it comes off it's really difficult to get it back on again. You want that little bit of give. So now I'm going to just finish it off with my piece for the front, which I misstamped. So luckily we have 2 sides on every piece of cardstock, and rescued that piece for me. So I'm just going to put some Tombow around the back of it. Now the secret here is to get the Tombow close to the edge, but not so close that it's going to smoosh out everywhere. You want a fair bit of glue on the back of it. And just a tip for the glue that you may not know, there's a spreader on the back, so you can undo the back, and if any of the glue gets too close to the edge, you can push it back in towards the center again. Okay, all right, now let's turn it onto the right side. No one will ever know that I misstamped that on the back except for you guys. And I'm going to adhere that and just give it a little bit of time to set, because I don't want it flipping up on the edges, because this paper is going to puff up a little bit, which is exactly how I have designed it. If I show you this one here, you'll see it's loose. You don't want somebody to really have to struggle to get into this to see what's inside of it. So this has to sit nice and firmly. So there you have it. Quick and simple 3 easy peasy gift card holders. Oh, 4 actually. Here's the 4th one that I made right at the beginning. Ready to go. And I hope you enjoy that project, and I'm looking forward to having you join me again next time when I'm going to show you a whole lot more of my Christmas projects that I've been making. Thanks a lot. I'll see you again next time. Have a great day. Bye.